Hello, everybody. My name is Roy Nemmer of Mundo Albiceleste.com, and welcome to another video. And this time around, it's all about the 17-year-old left winger who was born in Madrid, Spain, represented Spain's youth teams, played for Manchester United's youth teams, played for Manchester United's senior team, represented Argentina at the under-20 level, and called up to the Argentina national team, the senior team, whose idol is Cristiano Ronaldo. We're going to talk about all of that. We're going to talk about his trajectory this season, how he has just bursted onto the scene, as well as what the future could potentially hold for this absolute star in the making. So let's get to it. Alejandro Garnacho, the 17-year-old, born in Madrid, Spain, to an Argentine mother. And to be very, very honest, no one in Argentina kind of knew who he was up until March of 2022. And this is a kid who was born in Spain, raised in Spain, and played for Atletico Madrid's youth team, a left winger, and he joined Manchester United in 2020. And while he's done well, it was really up until 2022. That's where he just kind of exploded onto the scene. And he got known in Argentina back in March of this year, when Argentina national team coach Lionel Messi named his squad for the final two World Cup qualifying matches. And there were a couple of youth players in there, several of them between 17 and 18-year-old. And there was one kid, one name that no one knew about, and that was Alejandro Garnacho. And it was in the next couple of days where everyone kind of found out who he was. And as I mentioned, born in Spain to an Argentine mother. And he has previously represented Spain's youth team. And he represented Spain not so long ago. He actually played for Spain's under-18 team back in October of 2021. So less than a year ago, he played for Spain, actually against Turkey, their under-18 team. Now, before we get to the whole Argentina national team, let's look at his trajectory with Manchester United. And it's absolutely crazy. Everything happened extremely quickly, it appears, for Garnacho, and at least in terms of recognition, because it wasn't until May of this year, actually. So May of this year, where Garnacho won the Manchester United Goal of the Month for his goal against Liverpool's under-23 team. And this was the first time this season that a youth player had won that award. And it's incredible. If we look at the names here, I mean, some of the names that he has, he beat to get to the award. Bruno in second place against Brentford, Rafael Varane against Brentford. And then we have another goal, Garnacho versus Nottingham Forest, that got 19% of the votes. So Garnacho in there twice, just incredible. And he was also voted as the Manchester United under-18 Player of the Year. Sensational, absolutely incredible. And he did end up winning the FA Cup, the Youth FA Cup, with Manchester United, where he scored 7 goals in 6 matches. I repeat, 7 goals in 6 matches for Manchester United's youth team, and 2 of them coming in the final against Nottingham Forest, a 3-1 win for Manchester United in the final, where Garnacho scored 2 of the 3 goals. Incredible. And that wasn't enough. That it did not end there. His season was, it just got better even before that, because Garnacho was actually called up to the senior Manchester United team, the first team, and he made his debut against Chelsea, albeit he only played a minute, but on April 28th, he made his debut against Chelsea, and he played another match for United, actually the last match of the season against Crystal Palace on May the 22nd. And at 17 years and 9 months, Garnacho became the 4th youngest player of all time to debut for Manchester United. That's incredible. 4th all time in Manchester United's rich history, extremely rich history. Garnacho comes in 4th all time youngest. Just incredible. And actually, in terms of Argentine players at the club, he became the 7th Argentine to play for Manchester United after Marcos Rojo, Carlos Tevez, Gabriel Heinze, Juan Sebastian Veron, Sergio Romero, and Angel Di Maria. So he became the 7th player. And I mean, if you look at it, and this all happened pretty much in 2022, where, I mean, 7 goals in 6 matches, won the Manchester United Goal of the Month in May for his goal against Liverpool, called up to the senior team, to the first team, played twice, all of this at 17. And now, according to football transfer expert Fabrizio Romano, Manchester United are looking to keep him a little bit longer. They're looking to get him to sign a contract extension of 5 years. They want to lock this kid down. And you know what? I'm all for it. I am all for it. Again, just looking at the past couple of months, the past 6 months for United, what he's been able to do for Manchester United, and what he's been able to do for Argentina. Now, I mentioned Argentina at the start of the video. I said he's born in Spain. So let's get to that. Let's get to his international career. And he did play for Spain. Yes, he did. But like I mentioned, back in March, Scaloni called him up. And the next day, after being called up to the Argentina national team, and it was for the preliminary team, it was a preliminary list that he got called up for, he put up a post on Instagram where it was a picture of the list and a picture of himself as a child, as a toddler, as a very young kid, wearing an Argentina national team shirt. So there is some history there. His mother is Argentine, even if he did play for Spain. Now, he did speak about this as well, about being called up to the Argentina national team. And what he had to say was, he said, "I was born in Madrid, but my mother is Argentinian, like all her family, and it will be an honor to be able to represent Argentina, just as it was at the time to represent Spain. I am very excited about this opportunity. I cannot wait for the time to come and make the most of it." Now, again, at the time, no one knew who Garnacho was, because he, like I said, he never played in Argentina, right? He was born in Spain, raised in Spain, played in Spain. And credit to the scouting system, credit to the AFA, the Argentine FA scouting system, something that they implemented, a new system that they implemented not too long ago, where they're trying to keep track of every young talent, every young Argentine player around the globe, around the world. And they got a gem. They absolutely got a gem. Garnacho, a left winger, very, very quick, right-footed, a very good dribbler, very good eye for goal. And we're going to talk about that in just a little bit. And something that Argentina has been missing for a long, long time. And I'm going to elaborate on that in a couple of minutes. But going back to March, so Garnacho was called up to the team, the preliminary list, and he got to train with the likes of Lionel Messi and Angel Di Maria and Lautaro Martinez and the Copa America champions. He got the chance to train with them, and he put up a picture of himself with Lionel Messi. And I mean, look at the caption, right? It's on screen. That says it all. That says it all. Imagine being 17 years old and getting to train with Messi. And this sparked a big, big debate, because his celebration is the Cristiano Ronaldo celebration, and his idol is Cristiano Ronaldo. And we're going to talk about that. And we're going to talk about Ronaldo's possible influence on Garnacho, which, spoiler, might not be a bad thing. Might not be a bad thing. So tune in, continue watching to see what I mean about that. Now, ultimately, Garnacho did not play for the senior national team, for the senior Argentina team, but he did make his debut for Argentina for the under-20 team, coached by Javier Mascherano, in a 2-2 draw against the United States on March 26. So he did represent Argentina back in March. And this is when things just really started to go, skyrocket. On April the 6th, he signed a contract with Nike Football. And now people started to look at his social media, and people realized that, wait a minute, he had pictures of himself playing for Spain's national team, playing for Spain's youth national team. He had those pictures up on his Instagram. He used to follow, and the keyword here is used to, he used to follow the Spanish FA on Instagram. No more. Not following the Spanish FA anymore. And he even deleted the pictures of himself wearing or playing for Spain's under-18 team. So this is where things start to turn around a little bit, and people start saying, wait a minute, maybe he's actually going to play for Argentina and not Spain, because he is still eligible to represent Spain. Even right now, as I'm recording this, he is. But there was an interview. There was an interview with his fellow Argentina under-20 teammate, Franco Carboni of Inter, that he gave to TIC Sports. And Carboni said the following about Garnacho. He said, Garnacho told us he liked it a lot in terms of being with the national team, and that he wanted to come back to Argentina. He stopped talking in Spanish, as in the Spanish accent, and started to talk a little with an Argentine accent, even throwing in some swear words. So this is where, again, once more people start to say, okay, wait, he's probably going to end up playing for Argentina. And we sort of got that confirmation. Because earlier this month, at the end of May, and earlier this month in June, there was the youth tournament in Toulon in France, where several national teams took part in it, and Mascherano called up Alejandro Garnacho. Now this is a team that, to be quite honest, a very young team, but a very talented team. Alejandro Garnacho, Mattia Sully of Juventus, a very, very young Luca Romero as well of Lazio. They were all called up, as well as the Carboni brothers from Inter. But Garnacho's the one that he stole the highlights. He stole the show. Argentina finished the tournament in 5th place. They did not ultimately end up playing in the semifinals. Their first match, a 1-0 win against Saudi Arabia. Garnacho played in that. The second match, a 1-0 win against Panama, and it was Garnacho who scored it. An absolutely incredible strike by Garnacho. The third match was a 6-2 loss against an older France team, a 6-2 loss, but it was Garnacho that scored both goals. A sensational free kick, one that actually ended up being voted, or one that ended up winning the goal of the tournament, a free kick against France, as Garnacho won the goal of the tournament for that strike, and the second one a penalty. So now we're at 3 goals for Garnacho, and in the 5th place match against Japan, guess who scored and guess who had an assist? Of course, the kid himself, Alejandro Garnacho, and he finished with 4 goals and 1 assist in 4 matches for Argentina at the Toulon tournament. And after the match against Japan, Garnacho posted on social media a picture of himself at the tournament, and he said, or he wrote, proud to play with the shirt, proud to wear this shirt. And then he wrote, 4 matches, 4 goals, 1 assist, and this sparked a debate. This sparked a big debate on social media, and people were saying, his idol is Cristiano Ronaldo, and he's counting his goals, and he appears to have that attitude of a Ronaldo attitude, whatever that may be it, good or bad or anything else. And the other side were like, well, wait a minute, that's not a bad thing. If you look at Cristiano Ronaldo, I mean, his career speaks for itself. And we're not comparing the two. Obviously, one is towards the end of his career accomplished absolutely, almost everything that there is to accomplish, and one is at the very start of his career in Garnacho. But people were looking at it, and it divided the fan base, right? It really divided the fan base here, which was fun and funny to a certain degree as well. And my take on all of this, I like it. I like Garnacho's attitude. He's confident, yes, but he's backing it up as well. And if you look at him, I mean, he's still a kid, right? He's still very young at 17 years old. But his social media pages, his images, what he posts, yes, it's pictures of himself, but it's pictures with his teammates as well, with his Argentina teammates, and pictures of himself playing at Old Trafford. And for Argentina, I mentioned this earlier, I think he could be a very, very important player, a very important kid in the future, and possibly even the present to a certain degree, because I cannot remember the last time Argentina had a very, very fast left winger who was right-footed, who was a very good dribbler, and who had a very, very good eye for a goal. And Garnacho has all of these attributes. I mean, Angel Di Maria, absolutely sensational, but he's left-footed, right? You want to throw in Nicolas Gonzalez in there, the winger, a very good winger. Doesn't really have an eye for a goal, and not the best dribbler. He's not a bad dribbler, but not a best dribbler either. So we haven't had a player in the mold of Garnacho in so long. And personally speaking, I know it's Argentina, this is an Argentina channel, but at 17, you're born in Madrid, you're raised in Spain. At that age, I think it's completely normal to have, your idol be Cristiano Ronaldo or whoever it may be, And if he's able to take that, I don't even want to say arrogance because it's not, but of that confidence to keep it up, absolutely. Why not? Why change? It's working for him so far. He's a confident kid. He has the skills, he has the potential. So keep at it. Keep at it. He's doing things very well for Argentina. We just went through his accomplishments with Manchester United's youth team, with the senior team, with the first team. United's looking to sign him up to another 5 years. So everything is going well for him. Everything is going well for him. And why change that? Why change that? Now, the big question in regards to Garnacho, at least in terms of his national team career, is the World Cup. And a lot of people are like, well, let's call him up to the World Cup. And then others say, well, he's still very young. Now, I remember a couple of years ago in 2006, before Peckerman announced his list for the World Cup, some people in the media said, what about Sergio Aguero? Now, Aguero was, I think, 15 or 16 at the time. I believe he was 16 at the time. And people were saying he's still so very young. Don't even think about taking him in 2006. Whereas you had another part of the media and another part of the fan base that said, hey, he's young, yes, but he could be that X factor for Argentina. Now, there's obviously a difference between being 15 and 16 and being 17 going to a World Cup. Now, it's still very young. Can Garnacho get called up to the World Cup? In all likelihood, probably not. Can he make his debut for the senior team after the World Cup? Honestly speaking, if he starts playing for Manchester United's first team, I don't see why not. I truly do not see why not, especially when Angel Di Maria has pretty much all but confirmed that he will be stepping aside after the World Cup. So we're going to need another winger, and Garnacho is still very young. He still has a lot to learn. So throwing him in there might not be a bad thing, and getting him that experience at such a young age for Argentina. Now, if he were called up, hypothetically speaking, if he were called up to the World Cup, would he actually get some minutes? Who knows, right? It remains to be seen. But can he be that X factor off the bench? Absolutely. Now, I'm not trying to say he's going to be like a Lionel Messi or what Messi could have been in 2006 had he been substituted on for Argentina against Germany. I'm not even going there because I know some people might think that. No, all I'm saying is Garnacho off the bench, yes, he's inexperienced, but he has that confidence, right? And against a tired back line, if he has that space to run and just blitz past defenders, why not? Why not? Now, personally speaking, right now, would I take him? I don't know. To be very honest, probably not. Probably not. But there's still a couple of months until the World Cup. You never know if he does end up starting the season for Manchester United, the first team that is, and he does play well or get some goals or get some assists or even get some minutes. Who knows? Who knows, right? There's still, like I said, a couple of months until the World Cup. But let me know, what do you think about Garnacho, about his trajectory this season? Do you like his style of play? Do you think he could be a good substitute for Argentina? Would you include him for the World Cup? Let me know. Let me know. I know it's a lot of information that I just threw at you and a lot of questions, but I'm dying to know. I really want to know what everyone thinks about Garnacho and the national team. Now, like I said, born in Spain, played for Spain, doesn't look like he's going to be playing for Spain any longer. Argentina, he's been called up for the senior team, played for the youth team, got some goals, and all things considered, it looks like he's going to be Argentina's player, at least in the present and the future. But let me know in the comments below what you think of Garnacho and overall his style of play. Like I said, it's been a while since we've had that kind of a winger. It'll be interesting. It'll be very interesting. I'm super excited already for the new season to start. I can't wait to see him develop at Manchester United. To be honest, I don't see him sticking with the youth teams for much longer. I think he'll get a lot more minutes with the senior team. But hey, maybe that's just me. If you like what you saw, hit that like button. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and hit that notifications button to never miss a thing and to be the first person notified as soon as a new video drops. Once more, my name is Roy Nemmer of Mundo Albiceleste.com, and thank you for watching.